Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour. Because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad that you joined me on today. Yes, cheering today, it's Friday, November the 11th in the year 2022. And you know how we do it in here on Friday. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. Woo! We made it. Yes, we made it, Jerry. Pick them up and put them down. I don't care what you went through this week, you made it. Yes, we come in on Fridays, picking them up and putting them down because you made it another week. And I'm so glad that you are here with me. And we are victorious. You better ask somebody. I see you, Kim Possible. I see y'all picking them up and putting them down out there because you know every day hasn't been easy. Every day hasn't necessarily been sunshine. But child, we made it through. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you know how we get this party started. You know how we get this party crack-a-lacking. We like to go out and see everybody that came into the VIP section to bring all the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness. I appreciate you all for coming in. I mean, at 12:00 sharp. Y'all don't play with that thing. You come up in here like gangbusters to make sure there's plenty of love for the rest of the Lions when we get here in the mornings. Now, let's go ahead and start like this. I want to give it up. Because listen, my brother, I love me some him. Truck driver. He was number 4 in the Lions Den this morning. And he came in talking heavy. My brother said, good morning to my family of lions. As the songwriter wrote, it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. So as we move around today, let us reach one and teach one about love. I love all y'all. That's Truck coming in, bringing that love, y'all. Love me some him. Love me some him. Thank you for that, Truck. Now, for those that are going to get to sit down in the Lion's Den, the third person in the Lion's Den that's going to sit on that love seat is none other than DJ Onyx Heart. DJ Onyx Heart, you did that, my brother. Go ahead and have a seat right over there on the love seat. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming in early this morning. He came in at 12:06 and he was number 3, y'all. At 12:06, he was number 3. Now, the second person in the Lion's Den was none other than Impossible. That's our pastor from the ATL, y'all. That's our pastor from the ATL. And y'all know it was milliseconds, literally milliseconds, to getting her lips, hips, and fingertips into Grandpa Holmes' chair. That's my pastor from the ATL. Thank you so much for bringing that love in here this morning. You know how we do it. Thank you. So much love coming to you, sis. Now, the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than My sister from the UK, Din Darn, you did that. You did that, sis. All the way from the UK. Congratulations, Din Darn. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' share. And when I tell you it's nothing that separated these but milliseconds, I ain't even lying. These sisters be on it. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I really appreciate them. I really, really do. Then darn, so much love coming to you. And go ahead and sit your lips, your hips, and your fingertips. Just go right on over there and have a seat. So much love to you on this fine day. Love you so much, sis. Love you so much. Now, as we look around and see what's going on, you know I don't like to take another move, not another step, another further until I acknowledge these three beautiful moderators that we have in the room. When I tell you we've got the best, we've got the best. These babies right here, starting with none other than my dear, dear prophetess that comes in cock-loaded and ready every time. Shelly Thunder. Yes, she's the prophetess, and she comes in fully loaded and ready to give you a word from the Lord or block you, whichever you need. Baby, she got just what you need. She got whatever you need, and she will execute. You better ask somebody. That's my girl right there. Then we move on to the galactic supervisor, who we also call the Rebel Ink. She is a streamer, y'all. She is a dope streamer. I mean to tell you, she's got anti-morning bangos, and we're going over there as soon as we leave from here. She's got anti-morning bangos. She's got church of funk. She's got the cracks. And if you've never had a rant, you have not had a rant until you hear the Rebel Ink go off on the rant. If you're not following the Rebel Ink, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because she's going to bless your whole life. I promise you she will. And she tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So listen, I love her. She said, wait a minute. Y'all go into the streams out there on Twitch and you'll hear her saying, wait a minute. Not only on her stream, but on everybody else's too. I love me some her. That's my day one, my Ace Boon Coon. So much mad love to you. And then we've got bringing up the third part of the Blessed Trinity, none other than Michelle Brownell, who is my quiet storm, y'all. She changes the atmosphere just by being in it. And I appreciate her. I told y'all yesterday, she is, listen, back in the day, she would have been a medicine woman. I'm telling you, because the woman is gifted and she's anointed. And I tell you, I ain't never seen nothing like it. This woman is absolutely amazing. Love me some Michelle Brownell. These three beautiful ladies are the moderators here in the Lion's Den, and I just couldn't ask for anyone better. Love every last three of them. Yes, I do. Now, come on, get those coffee cups out, because you know how we do it. You know how we do it. My mother said, when you come into the room, speak to somebody. So you know how we like to just go around and take our time. Yes, I do. For everybody doesn't like it, it's okay. Just come a little later in the stream. I like to take my time and say good morning to everybody that was kind enough and gracious enough to come into the stream, because you didn't have to do it, but you did. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you. So Din Darn, all the way from the UK, come on in here, sis. I see you. So much love. Stacy 546, that's my sister and my schoolmate. Love me some you, sis. So good to see you in the Lion's Den. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking in the Rebel Ink. So much love to you this morning. She did double duty on yesterday. She streamed in the morning and she came back and was on with gaming. And last night, listen, I heard hollering and screaming and all of that good stuff on the internet from the peoples. I said, y'all better have y'all some fun over in here. Appreciate you so much, Rebel. Mad love to you. Coming on down, and my truck driver. Yes, that's my Mufasa. He's in the room and he's the Lion King. You heard those words of wisdom that he shared this morning. Love me some him, otherwise known as James Sims, when you see him come in on the other platforms. I love you, my brother. I truly do. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Y'all better ask somebody. I appreciate you for being in the Lion's Den this morning. She is the moderator for Woman Unsilenced. I always give a shout out to my girl, Woman Unsilenced, because listen, when I find a good thing, I try to turn folks onto it. Yes, Tall Pumps, I appreciate you and thank you for coming in on this Fresh Start Friday. Good morning to you. Coming down and I'm looking and I'm booking and Cassandra Woke 2022. I'm so happy to see you, sis. I'm so happy to see you on this Fresh Start Friday. So much mad love to you and thank you. Thank you for being here. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm checking and seeing SK8843. That's my sister, y'all. So much mad love to her. Come on in here, sis. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. And one thing I can always count on, whenever you come into the Lion's Den, you are going to roar. Thank you so much. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking and Dr. Dady Priest. Listen, she's in the room, y'all. She's in the room. If you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your wicked ways. I said quit your wicked ways. I'm telling you that engagement matters. Dr. Dady Priest is a whole vibe and a whole blessing. I call her the high priestess because, baby, she comes bringing it, and I appreciate you, sis. Nothing but love coming to you this morning. So much love, so much love, so much love. Look at here. Miracles, signs, and wonders. WandaVision is in the room, y'all. LaWanda Baskerville. Come on in here, sis. Now, I want you to know LaWanda Baskerville is also a streamer and a moderator extraordinaire. I want to say good morning, good morning, good morning. Miracles, signs, and wonders. Come on in here. She's a streamer and also a moderator. If you're not following her, please go out there and follow. This has to be one of the nicest and most beautiful hearted and beautiful spirited people that I've met on Twitch. I'm talking about LaWanda Baskerville. She's really a sweetheart. I appreciate you for being in here this morning and nothing but love coming to you. Now check it out. Shelly Thunder. She's in the room, y'all. The prophetess is here. So much mad love coming to you. You are precious to my soul. Come on in here, sis, and you do your thing. I saw. Hams out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, Kim Possible 7-Eleven is my pastor from the ATL. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. I appreciate you, pastor. Now, listen. We got good grief going on, and she's going to be holding down the fort for a little bit because Crazy Berrytown life is lifing. But Kim Possible and I will be in good grief 12 o'clock noon right here on this station. I want to invite you to be there because Kim Possible has a word. She has a touch. Crazy Berrytown, appreciate her as well. And of course, we pray prayers going up for my sis because life happens. You know, life is lifing, as we say. Life is lifing. But we will be there in good grief this afternoon, 12:00. And I appreciate everybody that stops by to see us. And Kim Possible, so much mad love to you. Coming on down, and I'm seeing who else is in the Lion's Den, who came in the basement while I was upstairs. Let me see who came in the door. BTD Mom. So much love to you, my sister. Come on in here. That's my biggest big sister. I love me some you. Come on in here and roar. We're ready to go. My sister cousin, MCP 812, she's in the room, otherwise known as Two Tambourines, whichever way you want to go with it. That's my sister cousin, and nothing but love coming to you. Oh my goodness, you know I love me some you. Come on in here, sis, and make yourself right at home. Matthew B465, come on in here. Love to you. I'm doing great. I hope you are too, and welcome to the Lion's Den. So glad to have you here. Come on. This Pride Alliance is relentless. You're going to hear us roar. Michelle Browno, that's my girl, and that's my quiet storm. Good morning to you, sis, and thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. I always appreciate your presence wherever, online, offline, texting, whatever. Listen, you just bless me. Any way you bless me, I'm satisfied. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing who else is in the room. Come on in the room. Who else is in the room? Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing, are we at the end of the AM Harvey? I see you, my sis. Come on in here. So much mad love to you, and I appreciate you. There I see Chazzy Licious is cooking, is in the room, y'all. She's in the room. So much mad love to you, my sister. If you're not following Chazzy Licious is cooking, quit your ways. Go on out there and follow my sis and let her cook you right on into oblivion. Woman Unsilenced. I done already talked about you, but I'm going to talk about you again. She's in the room, y'all. She's in the room. If you're not following Woman Unsilenced, she is a streamer. She'll bless your whole life. I promise you. Quit your ways. Go out there and follow her. And as LV says, not now, but right now, go on out there and follow my sis. So much mad love to you, my sister. I'm coming on down. Oh my goodness, it's some good. Listen, I appreciate everybody that's in the room today. You all are just beautiful people. That's all I can say. You guys are all just absolutely phenomenal, beautiful people, and I'm so glad that you're here. Now, I think I got everybody. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but so much mad love to you, and I cannot tell you how appreciative I am that you're in the room. Now, go ahead and get those coffee cups out. Get those coffee cups out, because you know how we get this party started. You know how we get this party crack-a-lacking. Listen. What had happened was, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, let's have a little conversation about what happened while we were asleep, y'all. I see your coffee cup, Stacy 546. I see you, Woman Unsilenced. I see you, SK 8843. I see you, Cassandra Woke. Come on, LaWanda Baskerville. Wanda, I'm so happy to have you in the house this morning. I see you, Kim Possible 711. I see you, MCP 812. Let's go. Now, listen. I want to say happy Veterans Day to all of those that have served, to all of those that have given your time and sacrifice and really your time, energy, effort. BTD Mom, I see you. I want to say good morning to you and happy Veterans Day. Listen, this little meme I saw, I said, this is something that I want to share. I see you, Tall Pumps. I see you. This right here. Home of the free because of the brave. And definitely one of the things that I want to acknowledge, even for those that lost their lives in the defense of our country and all we had left were boots. I want to say we appreciate you as we honor all of our veterans and any veterans that are here. Please go ahead and put your information in the chat. Give us what branch you served in, your rank. Come on, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we honor all of our veterans, SK 8843. We honor all of our veterans, and we appreciate you. I cannot say enough how much we appreciate you for what you have done in the service of this country. I was going through Instagram this morning, I believe it was, and I saw Lady G. Even though she's not here, I just want to give some love out for Lady G in the military, in the service. I know that Mish 8 definitely want to honor her, who's still in active duty. She has the kitchen that she serves from and cooks up delicious meals for us on Twitch with recipes that you can take home and enjoy. Appreciate her for her service. Reaching out to my brother, Main Man 68. Appreciate you. My nephew, appreciate him, Nicholas Betts. I'm telling you, to all of those who have served, we want to appreciate appreciate you. And if you got some loved ones that you want to speak their names in the chat, go ahead and put those names in there. Go ahead and put those names in there of family, friends, and loved ones, because we just want to honor them all, and we can just blow up the chat with their names in appreciation right now. But listen, I don't take it lightly. And you all know I am an advocate for nonviolence. But at the same time, I also appreciate those that bear arms and that take up arms to protect the country and do things where they're putting their lives on the line so that we can have a chance. Come on, main man, United States Air Force. Come on, come on, come on. That's my guy. That is my brother right there. Love you, main man. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you for that. And to all of the others, just keep putting it in there. We got time. I look at even the skirmish that's going on over in Russia right now. And really, if the truth be told, there are military actions going on all over the globe, all over the planet, some and many that we don't hear about because we don't envision in our thinking that it warrants the same level of conversation towards, the masses. You talk about anytime Russia has any kind of movement, there's going to be some talk. I don't care, because we see them as a quote unquote superpower. So anytime they make any kind of movement, there's going to be some discussion about them. But please believe there's some people in some other areas. Come on, Sergeant Nicholas Betts, U.S. Army. Come on in here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Walter K. Irvin, Army. Come on, MCP 812. Listen, I love it. I love it. Your brother, David, in the Army, George, Marines, James, aka Jimmy, in the Air Force, Gerald in Marine, Dr. Dady, come through. I mean, your family has been committed to service, and where they've been serving in the military, you've been serving us in education. Y'all been on the front line. Listen, your mama raised a whole family of soldiers. My goodness, on whatever line y'all went into, y'all did that thing. And I definitely honor you. I honor you. And Tanisha Fox in the Navy, Leonard Allen in the Air Force, J.D. Clinksdale and William Clink Scales, in the Army. Come on here. Appreciate that. So much love for their service. James Askew Sr., Howard Stillman, James W. Stillman. Come on. Your dad, Kim Possible. Come on, y'all, in the Army. And that's a lot of times when we listen to One Reason, Soldiers for Christ, and you all listen, work. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, Kim Possible. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here right now. Doyle K. Irvin Jr. in the Navy, come through. Salute to all of these veterans that are in here and all that are represented. One Reason comes on every morning with We Are Soldiers. Your dad in the Army. Come on, woman unsilenced. So this is how, even within our community, we have been very diligent and very faithful to the service of this country in every way. I love it. I love it. Bill Matthews, Army, that's your dad. Come through, Stacy. I love it. And we honor all of them, those that have gone on to the next terrestrial plane, as well as those that are still here. We want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I just wanted to stop and do that this morning, and thank you all. That's one thing I love about the Lion's Den. You guys always let me just flow whatever direction I want to go. And y'all, as one of the, I say this all the time, one of the old mothers, y'all can tell she had an impact on me. She always say, thank you for enduring me in my folly. So I just want to thank the Lion's Den for enduring me in my folly. But I just wanted to stop. And this is really not folly. This is just really an opportunity to stop and appreciate, man, when you start thinking about what these individuals have given and are giving of their lives and the sacrifices that they went through and the danger that they saw. It's no small thing. And we say thank you. Now, I wanted to start right there because it is Veterans Day, and I appreciate, again, all of the military that has done so that we can be. I appreciate that. Now, as we look, and I'm going somewhere today, whilst we're here, I'm just going to touch on this for a real quick. But listen, these folk. I just don't. I just don't know. Somebody needs Jesus. Somebody needs Jesus. There is a real strong move, and the one, I can't think of his first name, last name is Fuentes, who just basically came out yesterday and said, we want a dictatorship. I see you, truck driver. Your father was in the army and your son, DeMario, was in the Marines. Thank you for that. And we honor them in their service. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Fuentes came out yesterday and basically said, we need a dictatorship. For those that don't want to do what we want them to do, and of course, he is Republican. So, Disco Darren, come on in here. Groove morning to you, my brother. Your father was an 8-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps, Master Sergeant. Come through. And let me give it for all of the veterans and the names that have been put in here. Thank you. We honor you. We absolutely positively do. Disco Darren is a streamer. And if you're not following Disco Darren, quick ways, because he will bless your whole entire life. Groove morning to you, sir. And thank you for coming in. And thank you for sharing that information of your loved ones who served this country and did it well. Now, you saw that too, Stacy. Now, you said that's the scariest thing you've ever. That right there, Stacy 546, to just openly and blatantly say, we want a dictatorship. For all of these now, what is kind of setting up? And I don't do a lot in the way of being partisan one way or the other. I will talk about it abstractly from the standpoint of how it impacts our lives, because it does impact our lives. We're not just going to act like this part of our world doesn't exist. So when I hear he needs to get on the ship, I hear you, Cassandra, and take his body parts somewhere else. I hear you, Cassandra. I hear you. This man openly said, we need a dictatorship because this isn't going the way that we want it to go. And they need to do what we tell them to do. They need to do it the way we tell them to do it. It's hey, let's go. So he's got a base of people that he's speaking to, and he's got a base of people that's going to respond to that. Listen, y'all, this right here, I'm telling you, this is some insanity going on. Now, in the meantime, this was captured from this joker. And I just want to share this, and we shall not submit to a dictatorship. Come through, SK. I knew you were going to roar. Who is we? Listen, and you already know, Disco Darren, it ain't none of us of our persuasion and color. So at the end of the day, this is the kind of energy that has been, can I use the word trumped up? This is the kind of energy that has been trumped up, even though, understand, Rupert Murdoch has now come out and started denouncing Trump. You got a lot of folks that are coming out and denouncing Trump because they listen. And as a matter of fact, they said he's the quote unquote biggest loser. I saw that one. I cracked. So now dictatorship equals slavery. You understand the words that's coming out of our mouths, Dr. Dady Priest. So now that they didn't have the red wave that they thought they were just going to sweep on through, they thought they was Shirley Caesar sweeping through the city. And when they didn't sweep through the city, now the jokers are mad and they are fired. They's fired up. They's fired up. Now they're fired up and they're talking. Good morning, Kai Chick. There's my evangelist. Come on in here, sis. So much mad love to you, Kai Chick. You know I love me some you. Good morning. So yes, they's fired up. And now they are really trying to speak to a base, not necessarily a political party. They're talking to a base. And that's the part I want to try to keep clear in our minds, because these people are not Republicans. These people are not Democrats. These people are racist. Understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. These people are racist. So good morning, Melvin Brown. So much love to you. We had that Friday praise break. You know we gonna have it, Melvin, but go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna stop just for a second before I get into this Dastardly story. Cause listen, downtown Melvin Brown, that's my shouting partner, y'all. That's my shouting partner. Woo! Come on, Melvin. This is for you. This is just for you, Melvin, because you came in. Come on and dance, Melvin. This is for you, Melvin, because I know it's in your shondo, and I know you ready to go. You asked for it. You got it. Toyota. Shout with a voice of triumph. Pick those feet up and put them down, Melvin. Pick them up and put them down. And that's for you, Melvin, because you my shouting friend. Yes, Lord. Now that's how we do it over here. Listen, because you about to be mad, Rebel. Listen, this is almost on the verge. Come on, Kai Chick, get you some. Come on, Kim Possible. Kim Possible, you got the first time around, you said, I'm going to get me some of that again. Seconds? You coming back for seconds? I ain't mad at you. I am not mad. You think they traded in the horses for Teslas. Listen, and while you on that story, Stacey, I don't know if you saw, this brother had to sell another. Now, he said he was done with all his sell-offs. I'm talking about Elon Musk. He said he was done with all his sell-offs, but he had to sell off some more so that he could finish this ratchet Twitter deal that he did. So at the end of the day, listen, I understand God's been so good. Kim, don't get me started because I said so good and I felt something down in my shondo. Ooh, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me, girl. I feel it. Now, this is the thing. At the end of the day, I know, SK, Elon is a whole nother piece of mess. That's a whole nother piece of, listen, you know, that's me biting my tongue. Could it be? The devil? Baby, that ain't nothing but the devil and his twin brother Beelzebub. That's what it is. Listen, all of this dastardly movement that's going around. Now that, I want y'all to be clear on this. That is because they want to control all of the media outlets, which they do. Now, that being said, I wasn't going to go there, but I know I got it. I believe I got it. Well, let me take it in this order. Elon is Slewfoot. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Tall Pumps, these folk that's talking about we want a dictatorship because this ain't going like we want. And Stacey, like you said, for somebody to come out and just bold-faced say it, you know, that's where we are right now, y'all. That's where we are. This man Fuentes just came out and just flat-footed stood in front of a microphone and people and said, we need to turn this into a straight-up dictatorship. Man, I'm just speechless. I'm just speechless. Who does that? White racist folk in America. White racist folk in America that are very upset that they did not get the outcome that they wanted. Now, with that, let me show you some of the commentary as a result of that. And again, this whole concept of them coming out talking about, you know, we didn't get what we wanted. This is why. This is one commentator's explanation of why. Yeah, I know, Kai Chick. What the is exactly right. This is his explanation of why they didn't get the outcome that they wanted. Now, feast your ears on this, because if this ain't some insanity, I just don't know.
Democrats are dominating the cities. I mean, absolute dominations. 85 to 15 types of spreads. Also, single women are breaking for Democrats by 30 points. And this makes sense when you think about how Democrat policies are designed to keep women single. But once women get married, they vote Republican. Married women, married men go for Republicans by double digits. But single women and voters under 40 have been captured by Democrats. So we need these ladies to get married. And abortion is really driving turnout. In some cases, it drove turnout more than inflation. They're also teaching our children in schools. So you have hardcore Democrat females in school with your kids for 8 hours a day. So there's a brainwashing pipeline that runs through women and children, and it's starting to show up on Election Day. Single women are voting for Democrats by 30 points.
37.
37 points.
Yeah.
This new generation is totally brainwashed because a lot of these single women are vote 37 spreads for Democrats are teaching all of our younger generation in these schools, and they're polluting their minds, and then they grow up, and then they're in their 20s, and then they vote for leftists. Democrats are dominating the cities. I mean,
One more time.
absolute dominations. 85 to 15 types of spreads. Also, single women are breaking for Democrats by 30 points. And this makes sense when you think about how Democrat policies are designed to keep women single. But once women get married, they vote Republican. Married women, married men go for Republicans by double digits. But single women and voters under 40 have been captured by Democrats. So we need these ladies to get married. And abortion is really driving turnout. In some cases, it drove turnout more than inflation. They're also teaching our children in schools. So you have hardcore Democrat females in school with your kids for 8 hours a day. So there's a brainwashing pipeline that runs through women and children, and it's starting to show up on Election Day. Single women are voting for Democrats by 30 points.
37.
37 points.
Yeah.
This new generation is totally brainwashed because a lot of these single women are vote 37 spreads for Democrats are teaching all of our younger generation in these schools, and they're polluting their minds, and then they grow up, and then they're in their 20s, and then they vote for leftists.
Now, did y'all hear that joker say, we need for women to get married? All of this that has happened, what had happened was, all of this is because of single women. And the single women have polluted the minds of the children under 30. Or whatever age group he said. I don't even remember if it was 30 or 40. But whatever it was. We're teaching them in the schools. But when you get married, married women and married men vote Republican.
Why you always lying?
Baby, if that right there wasn't some mess. If that was not some mess, and I saw you, Disco Darren, this is how they act when stuff doesn't go their way. It's a tantrum. They're throwing a tantrum. This is the reason why other countries don't like to get rid of them. We get caught up in their BS in the process. And you're exactly right, Disco Darren. And this is nothing but some mess. And it's brainwashing, all right, tall pumps. It's brainwashing. It's not the brainwashing they're trying to present it to be. And who believes this idiot? This man is an idiot. This man is an idiot. Oh my God. Please help me right now, Jesus. This man is an idiot. And he has a platform. I just can't. I cannot with these people. So at the end of the day, you know, I just absolutely astonishing. And the people that buy into these theories, the people that buy into these concepts, it's absolutely astonishing how stupid they are. And I'm so sorry. I don't, you know, but they're stupid. These are stupid people. Lord, forgive me if I shouldn't say it, but they're stupid. Shelly missed me with all of this. These folks are stupid. I just can't. I cannot. I can't. Reese. SK8843 Reese. Now, speaking of Reese, though, listen, steam's coming off the top of your head. I saw a meme and it was so appropriate. It had, while we talking about Reese, please, dumb as a box of rocks, and it's just solid. Please believe it. Listen, at the end of the day, I saw a meme that's circulating that has your boy standing up. Who's your boy from Georgia? My brain doesn't even want to think of his name. Your stupid boy, your stupid black brother in Georgia that ain't got a brain. Good morning, Ronzi in it for fashion. Come on in here. I saw a meme of him floating around with a badge that said, "We don't need a runoff. I won." Thank you, Herschel Walker. I couldn't even think of the man's name. God blocked it. That man's name from my mind. God blocked it. He wouldn't let it. He wouldn't let it go. Listen, they had a meme of him standing there looking just as doofus can be. And it had a badge, because y'all know he ran around with that badge saying he was a popo. Listen, LaWanda, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. He's standing there with this badge, but the badge says senator. Listen, it's not funny, but it's funny. That man is a doofus. Somebody said he is the character. He is the exact epitome of a caricature of a black man that they want. Everything that they want to believe about black males, he represents that. All the way from the violence to the stupidity to the he said he was the popo. Rambo, where you been? Where you been? He went around talking about he was a popo with this badge. Thank you for those roaring biddies. Thank you for those roaring biddies. Listen. So tall pumps, I don't know. Ain't nobody calling for no recount. The simple fact that he is in a runoff is depressing. I can't. Who would believe it, LaWanda? Who? Oh, this joker is in a runoff. Woo! My God, today. No. Georgia, listen. Now, on this runoff, I need everybody and their mama. Thank you for those roaring biddies, SK8843. I need y'all to go into the highways, the hedges, and compel folk to come. So listen, because this ain't no Saturday Night Live. This is real life. This is real life, y'all. This is real life. And at the end of the day, Georgia, you shall not pass. Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. How did this doofus get to a runoff? Yeah, diarrhea. That's about right. Diarrhea. How did he get to a runoff? I cannot. And this is the kind of stuff. So I'm really addressing SK8843. We say Reese, but what's going on with that? What's going on with that? Please explain it to me. I can't get no understanding. I cannot get any understanding. So at the end of the day, and this is one thing that I saw, though, in the exit polling, and I watched, this was not Fox News, this was other pundits, and they were saying one of the things that I really was caught by, can he spell senator? Can he spell Herschel? At the end of the day, you know, they had a survey of good morning, John Studio. So much love to you. Come on in here. This brother is a streamer. I love me some him. He's the angel of Twitch. Y'all go out there and bless this brother. Follow him. Hit that bell so you can get notifications. And if you're so inclined and you can afford it, please subscribe. He's a whole blessing and a whole vibe. Good morning to you. Kai Chick, thank you for those Warren Biddy sisters. Now that warranted a recount, BTD Mom, but I guess it is what it is. So, you know, some white folks told Herschel he could win. Well, listen, he's putting in a good showing. That's all I can say, Disco Darren. He's definitely putting in a good showing. I'm just absolutely shocked, stunned, and amazed because this man is stupid as a box of rocks. He was a great NFL football player, not so much on the political side. This man done beat his wife, this man allegedly, and I think she's got records to prove. This man done abused women. He done went out and had who knows how many women get abortions of his children. Thank you for those roaring biddies. Oh, it's a hype train. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. As I say all the time, you don't have to do it, but I appreciate you when you do. BTD Mom, thank you for the roaring biddies. SK8843, thank you for the roaring biddies. This man, that's why I said so many people, Disco Darren, in of the political pundits are saying he is the caricature of what white people want to think about black males. You're violent. Now, how he's out here running on a anti-abortion platform, and all these women done come forth and said, you know, he done took me someplace to get an abortion. He has taken me. He has, you know, he's an absentee father. He's everything that they want to feel and think about black males. He represents all of that tightly packaged up. And he's an excellent entertainer. But isn't that what black males do? They entertain. They're athletes. They're on and on and on. He held a gun to his wife's head, SK8843. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. This man, Kai Chick, thank you for the roaring biddies. MCP812, thank you for the roaring biddies. He has represented all of the dastardly things. Yes, I said it. All of the dastardly things that they want to say black men are. He absolutely, positively represents that to a T, and he's stupid. The man is stupid. He's stupid. He's had too many hits to the head, apparently. Something wrong with the man. So come on, Amani Gma, good morning to you, and thank you for that subscription. I appreciate you. Oh, did somebody do a 5P? Yes, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate come on, Kai Chick. I appreciate you for that gifted sub. I appreciate you. So at the end of the day, this is the world of America in which we live. This is the world of America in which we live. Somebody came in. I'm trying to check you out. We talking about Herschel Walker right now. I'm trying to see who that was. Somebody came through. Let me scroll back up and see if I can find you real quick. But at the end of the day, this man right here, and the fact that he's in a runoff, I feel your pain, LaWanda. I feel your pain, WandaVision. I feel your pain. How in the whole heaven and earth did this man make it to a runoff? Please, Music Spasms, I see you. I see you, Music Spasms. Welcome to you, and I appreciate you coming in. So much mad love to you. Come on in the Lion's Den. I appreciate you. Well, we're talking about a video that I showed of a gentleman that gave his explanation of why things are the way that they are. Now, mind you, I'm not being partisan here. I'm showing clips and I'm showing footage because the statement was made by one Mr. Fuentes. Since we didn't get what we wanted, we need a dictatorship. The man, and that's no lie. The man straight up said, we need a dictatorship. So we've got all of these additional comments that are coming out. And it's just absolutely mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling what these folks are saying. You had 3 concussions playing football in your career, and you're perfectly sane. Okay, you can't don't blame it on the alcohol. I won't blame it on the head. I won't blame it on the concussions to the head. What is it, Disco Darren? What is it? Please explain it to me, Lucy. What is it? This man is touched. And it ain't by an angel. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Come on, Music Spasm. It's really sad. And to have a whole segment of people, and I do want to say, and I'm going to reiterate this is not all Republicans. This is not, because as I said, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat. These are racist people that are running under certain headings, but that does not mean that they represent. He's a fool. In all caps, Disco Darren, he's a fool. Uh-oh, somebody said, who declared you completely sane? Y'all clowning in here. I didn't say it, Disco Darren. It was reported to me. That's what Woman Unsilenced said. I didn't say that. He's a penny away from the loony bin. Music Spasms. It's insanity. It's insanity. Now, you almost have to laugh to keep from crying, because this is just absolutely unbelievable and absolutely unreal. I promise you it is. I just don't even know what to say. It's really something. I want to come here as well. It's Takeoff's funeral this morning. Let's prayer hands in the chat. Because I think, is this the day that Takeoff is being laid to rest? So much love going to his family and loved ones as they put this baby to rest. I rolled past that because I'm not going to necessarily roll that story. It was reported Alicia Keys is going to be singing and others to pay their respects to this brother. Put those prayer hands in the chat. And let's give some love, send out some energy, some positive vibes to all the family that is dealing with that right now. While we laugh and while we talk, there's some folks that are suffering. There's some folks that are grieving. There's some folks that are going through, and we just want to give our love to them. All right. Now, I'm looking for a particular video that I want to show. And let's see if I can find it. Anyway, it's I don't have it. How did I miss that? Okay, I wanted to do, and I may have it at another. Thank you for those prayers, y'all. Thank you for those prayers. And even as we speak, there's folks going through. Only one, Miss Cox. Good morning to you. So much mad love to you. Let me see if it's over here in News from Views, because I really want to show it if I can put my hands on it. I just don't know. I'm just gonna come here for a second. I ain't gonna stay. I ain't gonna park my car. I'm just gonna stay. A racist Alabama councilman arrested for punching the black mayor. And there you have it. Now, and that's in News from Views. Thank you for that, truck driver. I'm scoping through here because I really wanted to show a particular video. Now, this is a good story, and I'm going to share this before I go on. There's some things that I do want to say and some things that I do want to share. On a positive note, I know I have this. Okay, now they're calling this a buck breaking session, where this brother here.
A woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA coverage. I'm Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I questioned why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA coverage. I'm Jalen.
Now, the point that's being made here, because there were a series of individuals, particularly black athletes, and in this instance, the newscaster. I see you, Tall Pumps. Jalen sat down. The point being, these folks want their jobs, but it's considered by many as an action of public buck breaking. You understand? Where this man couldn't even realize the event was still going on. While they were at station identification, cut back and made this man apologize. And the situation was, he brought up the comment and made a comment about the coach that was caught in this inappropriate relationship, and he made an issue in reference to where's the woman's name, and the Saints got agitated. And so at the end of the day, they said, well, she was a subordinate. Well, you know, while we out here telling everybody's business, and while we out here, you know, everything that we can do, ESPN made him apologize. That's exactly right. ESPN made him apologize. And so at the end of the day, this is what we're starting to see, where the disparity in media. Now, y'all know, I've shown some clips, even this week, the woman that your grandmammy, these people have come out and they've said all kinds of racist, straight up direct racist kinds of statements against black folk, and absolutely nothing. That same ESPN. And as a matter of fact, that was ESPN that I showed you all the other day with that white lady sitting there talking about get your mammy's recipe and take it down there to the locker room, and I bet you can get some information, which you gonna pimp the woman out, on national news, on national TV, and absolutely positively nothing happened to her. Then you have him make a statement. Well, he was in a relationship inappropriately. Who was the woman's name? And he's got to come out, and ESPN makes him come out and apologize for even insinuating that the woman's name should have been known as well. So this is what is going on right now within the black community, raising up the issue of buck breaking, BUCKBREAKING, buck breaking, if I'm not speaking that clearly, where we have black men that are having to get down on their knees, on their hands and knees, while they get stuck in the in front of the peoples. And so this is becoming an issue where black community activists are saying we're done with that. If you're making us apologize for every little thing that you feel we said wrong, when there was really nothing wrong with what the man said, who is the woman? Put the woman's name out there. You don't put his name out there, put the woman's name out there too. At the end of the day, you're going above and beyond to make an example of black men, but you're doing nothing with the white folks that are running around here, males and females, that's out here talking all kind of racist trash on national television. And nothing is happening. So that's why I wanted to play that particular clip. I want you to be aware, as we're talking about all of this that needs to be addressed and all of this that needs to be changed, do not preclude from your mind and your thinking the realities that we need to address what's going on in the media. Now, really what I wanted to show was a clip of my girl. There's a young lady, and she's got so many different videos. I just love her. I love her. But anyway, since I can't find it, let me tell you what the gist of it is. She basically goes down the list And she's addressing the fact that where you keep hearing this idea of the media, the woke media, and whatever else they want to say. King Coogee, come on in here. There's my brother. So much mad love to you. This brother is a streamer, and he's one of my day ones when nobody was coming to see me. King Coogee was here, and he's been with me ever since. He is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following King Coogee, quit your wicked ways, because that's my brother right there. I love me some him. Good morning to you. When you hear us say life, L-Y-F-E, love yourself first every day. That's King Coogee in the Lion's Den. We love you, man. We love you. Now, I'm going to go back and read some of these comments that you all are making because I feel like they're apropos. I want to get in as much thought from you all as I can. For real, what are they doing to Kyrie and is insane to me. What they're doing to him is insane to you. Come on. I hear you talking. And music spasms. I'm going to bring in this piece right here. Come on, life, L-Y-F-E, love yourself first every day. I'm going to bring in this element of it. As they said, music spasms. All he did was post up a link to something that's if you're upset, why wouldn't you go to the media platform that has it hosted? If you're that upset, why wouldn't you go to the media platform that has it posted? If that's what you're upset about, then, ain't nobody talking about this. I think out of maybe 10 endorsements, Brett Favre has only lost 2, and they're small ones. But when you talk about Nike and all these other big names out here, this man ain't been silenced. He ain't been nothing. And so you can have a white player out here be just as inappropriate can be, and absolutely positively nothing or very little, if anything, happens to them. And then you want to crucify these black brothers that come out and say what they say, and it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And they get crucified. They lose endorsements. They lose money. They lose jobs. My man ain't never came back from the time that they set him down. Cap ain't never been put back on nobody's salary. And Cap, at the end of the day, Cap was all right. Wasn't nothing wrong with what he did. There was nothing wrong with what he said. We ain't seen Cap come back yet. So this is the reality that the black community is screaming about, because you see all of these extreme actions that happen to the black community when something's said that they don't want to hear. But then you can have the very same thing happen on the other side of the fence. And at the end of the day, nothing at all. So we please be clear. We still got work to do, y'all. We still have so much work to do. I see you, Tall Pumps. Why do our black men, and they especially love the black men, let's be clear on that, Tall Pumps, the whole issue of buck breaking, and that's exactly why they're calling it that within the black community. This is open buck breaking. You want to get our men in front of the world, get them on all four, and then do your thing. So yeah, that's exactly why they're calling it buck breaking, because it's really with our black males, it's off the chains. It's off the charts. This is their way of getting black people to back them for having to atone for their own atrocities. Come on here, Dr. Dady. Come on. Y'all want a flat flute? I'm gonna give it to you. Here we go. Come through. That ship is sinking. I see you. This is their way of you're going to be made to mind. Come on here, Disco. You're going to be made to mind. And especially with our black brothers. That part, they ain't apologizing to us. They have not, Tall Pumps, apologize for nothing. Not one thing. They always want the bucks. Come on here, Cassandra. One way or another, have several seats. Have several. Have all the seats. Just sat down. Would you just sat down? So at the end of the day, I just, we got to pay attention. We got to pay attention. And as someone, my sister, I could not find her clip, but she's talking about we always want to hear about the liberal media and how they're perverting and contaminating the minds of the people. This is what we want you to understand. All of those major media outlets are all owned by Republicans. And I'm not saying that, again, to be partisan. I'm saying that to point out the fact that while they want to come out and scream that this liberal media that's out here got y'all twisted, they're the ones that own it. It's a game that they're playing with the public. It's a mad, crazy, insane game that they're playing with the public. But they're determining what you see. They determine what you don't see. They determine what you hear and how you hear it and the way that you hear it. Come on in here, K2 Hoop. So much love to you. I love you, sis. Come on in the room. Come in. So much love. So please understand, and that's what my sister was pointing out, while they keep trying to holler, it's this liberal media that's doing all of this, and it's this liberal. They're fanning the flames because at the end of the day, they're the ones that own the media that they're out here screaming is liberal and woke. They're the ones that own it. You look at Murdoch, they're the ones that own all of these outlets of media that they're running out here saying it's this. There is no liberal media. It is them saying what they want to say and what they want to feed into the public agenda, either for or against their agenda. And understand, so at the end of the day, sometimes just getting people riled up and stirred up is all they want, is to get you riled up and stirred up. So they're pushing buttons and we're responding. Please hear what I'm saying. They're pushing buttons and we're responding. So, when you hear all this about the media and you hear all of this, they own the media. What are you talking about? And that's why Elon paid all the money that he paid to wrap it up for Twitter. Come on, y'all. Come on. I need you to wake up. Y'all know how we do it in here. Yes, you cube. We take this coffee, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because we tells it like it T-I-Z-Tiz. It's static, Kai Chick. That's all it is static on the radio station, so you cannot see and hear clearly. They pump this stuff in here, but let's go back to the reality like my sister said. Who owns it? The people that own it are all wealthy, white, rich Republicans. Stop playing. Y'all stop playing. I need y'all to wake up. Pay attention. They playing games with y'all. Playing game. That's why I told, listen, some of us really need to go out and we really need to start our own. We used to have, back in the day, if your town had a black newspaper, put the name of the newspaper in the chat. If your town where you lived, and I'm sure most of them are dead and gone, but some of us still may have just a skeleton of a black newspaper in your community. But if when you were growing up, your town had a black newspaper, put it in the chat. For me, I grew up in Kansas City. It was the Call paper, the Lincoln Echo. But how many Royal Confessions? Come on. There's my sister. Come through here. The Los Angeles Sentinel. Good morning to you. Listen, I'm gonna holler at you as soon as I get off this line. Afro-American, come through. The Atlanta Tribune. Speaking Out News, still going. Come on, in Huntsville. I'm gonna give it up for Huntsville because a lot of these media outlets are gone. The Voice, but they're puppets now. I see you, Den Darn. The Globe in Kansas City, Missouri. You know, this is what I want us to look at. Baltimore Afro-American, the Amsterdam, New Harlem. Come on. Now, of all of you all that have put names of black publications that you grew up on, how many of those publications are still alive and thriving? If they are still alive and thriving, or let me do it this way. If they are not alive and thriving, put a 1 in the chat. If those newspapers that you all have named they are no longer alive and thriving, put a 1 in the chat. The Gleaner, the Observer, come on, Jamaica. Come on, Raw Confessions, SK. This is the point I'm trying to say, and this is the point that I'm expressly trying to make. All of these publications that we at least could go to in our childhood, many of these publications no longer exist. And those that do exist are very, very crippled. You know, at this point, most of us, and you know, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Most on their last leg, tall pumps, on the last leg, and most of us now just go to those publications to read the obituary to see what black folk done died in our communities. The obituary is the most prominent, dominant part of the newspaper. The obituaries. That is Houston. There is a problem. We need to have our own media outlets where we can know and understand the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So this is wake up and smell the coffee. So when we hear all of this and we see all of this, why do you think people believe what they believe? They're only being told from one vantage point. And that vantage point is from wealthy, white, racist people. Just call it what it is. Just call it what it is. So, you know, let's keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it real. So many of the things that we had before that are no longer a part of our community. When I talk about rebuilding the village, this is the kind of stuff we need to go back and pay attention. We need to go back and we need to tell our own story like we were doing back in the day. We need to tell our news. We need to tell it from our perspective and not somebody else telling me what happened to me and why I did XYZ from your racist perspective. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear your racist perspective. Come on, Disco Darren. Exactly. You talked about this on your stream. The situation only gets worse with less money we're making. I got you. And I hear you. I hear you talking. I see you walking. Walk your walk, talk your talk. You telling the truth. As Rebel always says to me, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. So these are areas and issues as we are talking and addressing the idea of coming back and rebuilding our communities. These are some things that we really, really need to do. Now, with that being said, I want to come back to this idea. This week, we've been talking very, very strongly about the young people. I showed the video on yesterday of the young lion in grade school that took his money from allowance and went and bought his friend some shoes when the folks was laughing and talking and cracking on him because his shoes were raggedy. And this energy that these young kids are coming through with. And when you notice the guy, these are 30 and young, because they realize, I said this on Tuesday, the statistics showed it was Gen Z that tipped the scales. It was Gen Z that tipped the scales. So now they realize we don't have their minds. We don't have their devotion. We don't have their loyalty. So what do? It's single women that are teaching these young kids. And now these young kids are confused. That's what the man said. I don't know, for everybody that saw that video, if I just give you a Reader's Digest condensed version, that's what the man said. They realized Gen Z was like, I ain't buying what you selling. I'm gonna give him a hand clap. I got you, SK. For Gen Z, Because the statistic of how heavily they voted versus any other age demographic was like night and day. There was no comparison. So now they realize Gen Z, we ain't got y'all. So he came out with this whole made up lie that the teachers that are teaching our young people are single women. And I still can't get over the line when he said, we need our women to get married. That joker said that we need our women to get married. And that means because when they're married women and married men vote Republican. That joker is an idiot. So at the end of the day, though, the reality is that Gen Z is they're making a difference. And as I said, the Gen Zers were saying, we want a seat at the table. We came out here and we voted. We came out here and we exercised our civil rights. Now we want a seat at the table. And when I tell you, I read that time and time again in the comments that the Gen Zers were making, I felt that thing. So at the end of the day, when we start talking about these young people ain't to be played with. I'm just telling you, they ain't to be played with. Come on, Rebel. So you talking about single white women, Kim Possible. They want them to have babies. That's why they got the anti-abortion and they want them to get married. So, at the end of the day, it's all about whenever you get through, Kim, they talking to the white folks. They really not caring about, they don't really care about us. So at the end of the day, how are we supposed to brainwash you if we can't get to you? Basically is what you got from him. Come on. And the young people, and that's why critical race theory, CRT, that's why it's such a big deal in the school. They want these kids. They want school pipeline to prison. They're not trying to get educated young people. They want that school as a pipeline to prison. They're not trying to get woke young people. Ron DeSantis, I think in his acceptance speech when he won, they counted it. They said he said woke like over 22 times in so many seconds. The man just was like, woke, 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 woke. They don't want you woke. Please believe it. So at the end of the day, when you have the DJ, come on in here. So much love to you. Come through. Good to see you this morning. So this is the battle. The battlefront is really, they're realizing after this past election, the battle is for the young folk. But please believe it. And listen, we need to wake up to that as well. The battle is for the young folk. Because as we said the other day, why those other demographics didn't vote? Are we tired? Are we frustrated? Are we disillusioned? Are we what? I don't know. But those Gen Zs showed up and showed out. If y'all don't understand, it's the Gen Z that we need to be addressing, and we need to understand how to really harness that energy and how to bring them into a place of helping to cultivate them in liberty and justice for all. We in trouble. We are in trouble. We in trouble. Some of y'all's churches, I come to y'all's churches, everybody in there 80 and above. Ain't nobody coming to that church. Gen Zs are not coming to that church. All of y'all geriatric patients, they ain't coming. You better figure out how to address. Come on, I'm going to go ahead and come out of this screen because I'm past while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, because I'm getting ready to talk right here for a minute before we get up out of here. You need to address how, come on, streamers. Everybody needs to be understanding and identifying these younger generations, because listen, at the end of the day, you're going to only go so far with these old folk. Old folk are set in their ways. Old folks are only going to do so much. You need some energy. Y'all need some energy. And where is that energy going? These young folks got energy. Y'all know it takes us 2 or 3 tries just to get up, rock up out the chair. Now, how you rocking and trying to get up out the chair? Them young folk done went on, ran out the door and down the street by the time you stand up and get up out the chair. You need some young folk energy. Am I talking to anybody? You need some young folk energy. Gen Z are now starting to ask why, DJ, exactly. And they like, listen, we're not going to do it like my grandma and my grandpa, because they did it like the system said. They hit 2008 market. They broke as Job's turkey. We're not getting ready to repeat that. We're not going to work our whole entire lifetime only to get to retirement to find out all the money that I saved and all of that I put myself into. If y'all didn't know, I know some of y'all done heard the crypto story, because that man done lost all kind of money. That crypto crashed, baby. And the man that was talking about, I effed up. I effed up. Folk done lost their whole shirt. And the man that was over the crypto talking about, I effed up. People's money. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? People's money, poof, just like that. So at the end of the day, young folks are looking at that and they're like, no, I ain't going down like that. I ain't going down like that. I'm not going down like, you not going to have me like grandma and grandpa and work all my life, work all my years, get to what I think is retirement, only to have somebody to snatch the rug out from under me and start laughing. No, that ain't going to happen to me. Then they looking at their parents and saying, look, grandma and grandpa did that, but y'all went a whole nother route. And I sure ain't getting ready to repeat what you did. These young folks, as you said, they're starting to ask why. They're coming from a whole different angle. They're coming from a whole different mindset. They're coming from a whole different place of existence. And if y'all don't understand, I'm trying to tell you, just like the folks are starting to realize we didn't get that Gen Z and them Gen Zs showed up and showed out, we's in trouble. Now we want a dictatorship. Now we want to, because at this point, those Gen Zers, they're young enough that you got years and years and years. Their mind has not been encapsulated and encaged and trapped with all of this that we thought we had in place. These folk are woke and these folk are liberated. These folk are young. We don't have enough time to be able, because half of the folk running for office are geriatrics too. We don't have enough time to turn them around. Just make a dictatorship. Just make a dictatorship. We can't turn these cheerings around. Just make a dictatorship and make them do what we want them to do. That's what that man said. And I'm not putting words in his mouth. That's what that man stood there and said. Make them do what we want them to do. Come on. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to listen, please wake up. If y'all don't understand the power of youth, you're missing something too. Because the power of youth is what showed up in this election. Please believe it. So this is where I'm saying we've got to take time. Some of y'all done got tired, sat down, got over in the rocking chair, sat down over in that easy recliner, done reclined yourself back and put your feet. Baby, you better be up here getting your knowledge, giving your experience, depositing, investing. Baby, I want you to find you some young folk and put it in. Please hear me. Find some young folk in your life and make a deposit. Make several deposits. Because I promise you, the same way these Gen Zers knocked these folk off their feet and shocked, stunned, and amazed them, these Gen Zers are here to stay, and they're here to show up. And even as I said, I kept reading over and over and over. We showed up. We want a seat at the table, as it should be. We should have been saying that a long time ago. And not just lip service. We should have been like, you ain't gonna let me in. Kick the door in. Here we are. Here we is. Kick the door in. Here we is. Now what we doing? What we doing? And what we not gonna do? Y'all ain't ready for me, but I'm talking what God loves, and that's the truth. Now we got folks like this. I appreciate, and so many people are down on the entertainers and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I want to give it up. Everything ain't bad. Everything's not negative. Come on, T.I. Come on and give it up for T.I. He's created his first real estate development, affordable housing in Bankhead to combat gentrification. Field. Come on, T.I. Come on, come on, come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I say more of that. More of that. While, again, it's so easy to get swept up in all of the negativity and all of the downplaying and the talking and this, they ain't this and they ain't that. We've had every opportunity, and I said this the other day, and I'm going to say it again. We've had every opportunity as communities to bind together and do some of this stuff ourselves. We just won't do it. We just haven't done it. And at the end of the day, I'm about co-ops, coalitions. Come on, let's pull it together. Let's unite. Let's bring our forces together. We're not competition. We can all go so much farther if we'd all pull our resources. Pull, P-U-L-L, ourselves together, and pull, P-O-O-L. If we would come together and do it, baby, we would be unstoppable. But listen. Still going with this mentality of divide and conquer within our own community. I'm so glad that T.I. did it. I'm so glad that he went out there and said, listen, let's do something different. Let's flow a different way. And at the end of the day, this is what I want to say to some of y'all. Yeah, some of y'all still hanging out here with folks, and you need to make a shift, baby. You need to make a shift. Stop shrinking to fit places that you have outgrown. If you still seeing everybody as your competition, if you still don't understand that we're better together, if you still bad-mouthing and talking about folk, if you still out here talking crazy about this one, that one, and the other one, baby, I've outgrown that. I've outgrown that. Matter of fact, I don't know that I was really in it that much to begin with. But at the end of the day, if I come in your space and that's the way y'all rolling and that's the way y'all talking and that's the way y'all going, goodbye. I've outgrown that. I'm not coming. Please believe it. I'm not coming. I'm not going to go. So many of these churches, I'm not coming. Please, please, please hear me when I say it. So many of these different areas and scenarios, I have outgrown that. I'm not going to keep shrinking to fit up in that space. I'm not going to keep ducking down because every time I stand up and stand straight, I bump my head on the ceiling. The ceiling is too low. Please believe it. The ceiling is too low. I ain't coming. Don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste my time. What did I say? Tony Jones, and we talked on this in the Institute. I showed and played her video of really, I enjoyed playing the video, energy budget. My energy is on a budget. Put your energy on a budget. Everybody does not deserve your energy. Am I talking to anybody? Everybody does not deserve your energy. Some people are energy suckers. They will drain you like kryptonite on Superman. And y'all just keep flouncing your lips, hips, and fingertips up in those spaces and then wonder why you walk away drained. Am I talking to anybody? Energy budget. Come on. Just like you make a budget for everything else, make an energy budget. My budget goes here, but my budget doesn't go there. Because my energy is too precious to just be out here spreading everywhere. Am I talking to anybody? I'm talking about some boss energy too, y'all. This is boss energy. Boss energy understands I can't spread myself so thin that I'm in jack of all trades and master of none is what they used to call it back in the day. I need you to understand how to get yourself positioned in a way to maximize your potential. Maximize your potentiality. Giving you the best that I got. I heard some Anita Baker. Give it the best that you got means that you're going to have to put yourself on an energy budget. Come on. Do y'all hear me talking? Energy vampires out there. I need y'all to vibrate high. And if you're vibrating high and everybody else is vibrating low, you know what? And this isn't any dogging out. When it's just like a radio station. I know some of you young folks don't know about those old time transistor radios, but you had to get that joker, that knob had to be on a certain spot to be able to pick up that station. Otherwise, if you got close to it, you might get static and hear it a little bit. But if you wasn't on it, you just didn't get it. This is what I want you to understand. You're on a vibrational frequency that when you're vibrating high, you don't have to worry about those frequencies that are lower than you. And when I say that, I'm not being condescending. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm not going to teach a whole class in here, but I'm not talking about being condescending towards others. I'm talking about understanding when you see energy that's flowing and going and vibrating at an energy level way below and beneath where you operate, baby. The two are not I can't tune into you. They can't tune into your frequency. It's too high. Your frequency is too high. The only way you're going to get their frequency, you got to get low. Shauna got low. You got to get low to get on their frequency. And I'm not going to do it. Tune up, tune in, turn it up. Come on, SK. Tune up, tune in, turn it up. This is what we've got to give to Gen Z. Teach them to understand how to have a frequency and vibrate on high. Am I talking to anybody? Just like that little boy took his money. That little boy took his allowance and bought his friend some shoes. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. And I want us to understand when we do that, we're going to make a difference. Now come here for just a second because I want to do this. I got to get out of here because we're going over to Rebels here in a minute. We're going to do some anti-morning bangos and all that good stuff. But check this out. Some of us are still in that place where we're developing, we're growing, all of that good stuff. But come on. I want you to hear. Get yourself together. Get yourself together, beloved. Get yourself together and let's go. Here we go. Listen to this right here and take it in. Come on, Michelle.
On a daily basis, you were beautiful, you were great, you were smart, but sometimes you block those out, right? I mean, that's the battle. That I am living with a man who loves me dearly, who thinks that the sun rises and sets, and he is clear and vocal about that. And I get that affirmation every day, but I have to be honest that sometimes that isn't enough, because in the end the messages have to come from me. I have to believe it myself. And even when the person that I love tells me the opposite, it's the work I have to do inside. And that's one of my major messages to young people. You got to do that work on your own. You got to love yourself. You got to practice that before you can expect for you to believe it in other people when they tell you. I get so many affirmations from my husband on a daily basis. You were beautiful, you were great, you were smart, but sometimes you block those out, right? I mean, that's the battle. that I am living with a man who loves me dearly, who thinks that the sun rises and sets, and he is clear and vocal about that. And I get that affirmation every day, but I have to be honest that sometimes that isn't enough, because in the end the messages have to come from me. I have to believe it myself, and even when the person that I love tells me the opposite, it's the work I have to do inside. And that's one of my major messages to young people. You got to do that work on your own. You got to love yourself. You got to practice that before you can expect for you to believe it in other people when they tell you. I get so many affirmations from my husband on a daily basis. You were beautiful, you were great, you were smart, but sometimes you block those out, right? I mean, that's the battle. That I am living with a man who loves me dearly, who thinks that the sun rises and sets, and he is clear and vocal about that. And I get that affirmation every day, but I have to be honest that sometimes that isn't enough, because in the end the messages have to come from me. I have to believe it myself, and even when the person that I love tells me the opposite, it's the work I have to do inside. And that's one of my major messages to young people. You got to do that work on your own. You got to love yourself. You got to practice that before you can expect for you to believe it in other people when they tell you.
That right there. And you notice she said, that's what I tell young people. That's what I tell young people. I want us to pay attention to what we tell young people and how we tell young people what we tell. This is a season where, take those life lessons and those truths and share them. As we're talking about Gen Z and everybody else, take those opportunities to share your experience. And even as she said, I get those affirmations all the time, but it's King Coogee. I promise you, when she said you got to learn how to love yourself, I was just waiting for her to say every day, because I was like, that's some King Coogee right there. Love yourself first every day. That's some stuff that absolutely positively needs to happen. Tune into it. Now, I'm going to play a couple of other things, because this is one of the things I want to get to. Check this out. We're good at what we do. Take that skill, take that whatever. This brother right here, I want y'all to see how he's working his jelly. And I'm not going to play the audio on it because it's got a song to it. But I just want you to this is how I want you to get your game. I want you to get your game like this brother got his game on his job. Listen, check that out. You see them chairs? Check that. Listen, that's how tight I want you to get your game. I want you to get right here. Like this brother right here. This is how tight I want you to get your game. Work your jelly like this brother right here. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care how many you got. I don't care how high it's stacked. I want you to get that thing down to where you're able to maneuver and operate with that thing. You know your stuff just this well that I'm not intimidated that you gave me a stack of chairs and I'm the only one out here working this jelly. Baby, let me show you how I can work this jelly. I'm not intimidated by it. I'm not. Listen, where's the rest of the workers? I'm here. I love that by that brother. And I looked at him and I said, now that's when you know your job. That's when you know your stuff. That's when you've got that thing down to a science. I want you to keep going in whatever it is that you're doing until you get your stuff down to a science. Now, the other thing I want to say, please do not be afraid to share your space with others. This right here, I think we can go so much farther in life as a community, as a village, if we understand it's okay to share your space. And so today I want to share my space with Dr. Dady Priest. Because listen, I'm telling you, this woman is doing it. She's doing it big, and I love what she's doing. Y'all, come on, check her out. Oh, let me give you some volume.
Dazzling decor with the finished product of my Grinch tree. and I used odd numbers of things to create the tree topper, and I just placed different things throughout. And I will tell you that one tip that I would offer is to use mesh on the inside of your tree, not to really pull it out, but just on the inside as a base so you can't see throughout the tree. So for the tree skirt, I ordered the bottom one from ashleyfurniture.com, and the colorful one I ordered from Walmart. And I used small businesses that I found on Etsy for some of the things. And so if you would like your tree dazzled by DP's Dazzling Decor, where the dazzle is in the details, please let me know. Now booking. What do you think? Have a great day. Hey, this is Davey of DP's Dazzling Decor with the finished product of my Grinch tree. And I used odd numbers of things to create the tree topper. And I just placed different things throughout. And I will tell you that one tip that I would offer is to use mesh on the inside of your tree, not to really pull it out, but just on the inside as a base so you can't see throughout the tree. So for the tree skirt, I ordered the bottom one from ashleyfurniture.com, and the colorful one I ordered from Walmart. And I used small businesses that I found on Etsy for some of the things. And so if you would like your tree dazzled by DP's Dazzling Decor, where the dazzle is in the details, please let me know. Now booking. What do you think? Have a great day.
Now listen, y'all. Dr. Dady Priest. Come through. Dr. Dady Priest. Listen, Stacy, have a blessed day. So much mad love coming to you. We've got people right here in the midst, and this is what I want us to teach Gen Z. Share your space. This whole time of feeling like we're competitors one to the other. No, we are not. We are not. I'm not going to lose anything by sharing the energy and sharing the gift and sharing the talent of Dr. Dady. As a matter of fact, we got to do it, y'all. We got to come through and start upholding and supporting and encouraging and promoting one another. That's what I want us to teach Gen Z. Not this crab in a barrel. I'm going to pull you down because I'm trying to get. No, we're done with that. We see through that. We see what that has gotten us nowhere. This is a time where I want us to teach our young people how to love on each other, how to support each other, how to undergird one another. Now, this one I just want to do for fun. And I don't even know if she's still here, but I just want to do this one for fun because check it out. At the end of the day, I'm glad for my sister. This is some woman and she's been unsilenced. Come through. Come on, woman, unsilenced. For me. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, she's encouraging the 50 plus club. Come through. Y'all understand the words? Find a way to be, baby, she getting it. She was getting it. Let somebody and their energy motivate you to do something different while she's out here doing such a valuable service in the community. Learn how to stop and just drop and have some fun. And listen, even in the fun, can we have some fun? 50 plus club. You hear what I'm saying, Tall Pumps? The 50, I'm in there. The 50 plus club. Let's come through and encourage and support one another because, baby, that's the way we rolling in these last and evil days. This is a space where I want us to begin to manifest and show to our Gen Z, this is how we come together. This is how we work together. But this is also how we play together, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Now, we getting ready to get up out of here because it's 8:52, but I got one more video, and this one right here, I just want to do it because. Now, I'm looking at my sis. And listen, I appreciate my sis because some of y'all didn't know it. But listen, while we talking about tall pumps, pumping tall, I'm gonna let this roll, and I might just not have the music on there. But listen, this is Tall Pumps. I love it. This is Tall Pumps. Now, second from the left, watch her work her jelly. This is where I'm saying, let's come to a point where we can support one another in whatever they got going on. Whatever they doing, however they doing it, you got my support. You understand? However you doing it, you got my support. I'm with your energy. I'm with what you doing. Come on, you already know. Look at Tall Pumps, y'all. Look at her. Now, y'all see why they call her Tall Pumps. At the end of the day, I want you all to come to a point where we begin whatever you doing, however you doing it, you got support. This is what I want us to teach our Gen Z. How to really be sisterhood, how to really be brotherhood, because in some ways, in some places, in some scenarios, we've lost the sisterhood, we've lost the brotherhood in the community, in the village, and everything doesn't have to be. Listen, this is what I want us to understand as people of color. Everything does not have to be so tedious and nothing but work. I want y'all to learn how to get out there and try you better hold your hand up, sister. I want y'all to get out there and learn how to do some other things to enjoy life. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Enjoy life. Now, Tall Pumps, tell me the name of this venue where you are, because I think this is one of the arts in Chicago, one of the arts centers in Chicago. And I love it. I love it. You better pose, girl. You better pose right there. Now, at the end, work your jelly. That's what I'm talking about. Work your jelly with that horizontal pole. Now, Rebel claims that Chocolate Testimony has retired from the pole, but I rebuke that. I rebuke that. I love it. Now, listen, folks, there's so much more, but I just want y'all to understand. I'm in the place right now. I want everybody. You rebuke it too, John. Come on. Rebuke that. Chocolate Testimony. I don't care if it's a vertical pole, a horizontal pole, a pink pole, a gray pole. You cannot retire from the pole. That is the Harold Washington Cultural Center on Martin Luther King Drive. Come on, Tall Pumps. Come through. Harold Washington Cultural Center in Chicago, Illinois, doing her thing. Come on. I love it. Then Dr. Dady Priest doing her thing, y'all. Dr. Dady Priest. Woman Unsilenced, doing her thing. I want us to learn how to support so we can model that thing. You understand what I'm saying? I want us to learn how to support so we can model that thing to our young people. I want them to know we can stand together in solidarity. We can build together. We can grow together. We can do all of this together. We really, really can if we just would. So as we get ready to get up out of here on this Fresh Start Friday, you better squat, girl. As we get up out of here on this Fresh Start Friday, I want to encourage you. If you got a dream, if you have a vision, if you have something that you want to do, go for it. Number two, I want us to support one another, and let's model that. We talked on yesterday about not just talking about our successes, but also giving our Gen Z our failures, because it's the successes and the failures that go together that make us winners. Don't just pick and choose and cherry pick what looks pretty. Tell Gen Z all of it. Tell those that come behind all of it. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Let's find that place of really saying it took all of that to get me to where I am today. It took all of that to get me to where I am today. Don't hold back. They asked for a seat at the table. Let's give it to them. They came out, they did, they acted, they did what needed to be done. Let's get out and do that, folks. Let's get out and do that. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Let's get out and do it. Because at the end of the day, they've earned it. They deserve it. I want to see them take this ball and run with it. As I said on, I believe it was Wednesday, stop trying to take their shine. It's their time to shine. Yes, we got things that we're doing. We've got things that we want to see. We've got places that we want to go. But listen, these young folks need us. They need our love. They need our support. They need impartation. They need us to invest in them. They need to know that we got their back and we are right there with them in the midst of it. You understand what I'm saying? They need to see that whatever your dream, and no matter how old you are, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. No matter how old you are, just keep pushing and you can make it. That's what the message is that I want to see them get from us. But most importantly, love. That's always my biggest thing. I want them to know, understand, experience, and witness. Don't just talk about love and what love can do, but let's start modeling to our young people what love really looks like. I know that we can do it. I know that we can. I know that we can embrace one another, support one another, push one another, and be successful together. I believe that with all my heart. Now it's time for me to get out of here. It's been a great week. It's another Fresh Start Friday. We're headed over to the Rebel Inc. We're going to have some anti-morning bangos. We're going to have some cracks. We're going to have some fun with her and support her. And this is the place I want to see all of my streamers in here. Love conquers everything, Cassandra. Love conquers everything. Put your information in for all of the streamers that were kind enough and gracious enough to come and share your space, your time, and your energy in the space here of the Lion's Den. I appreciate you, Disco Darren, LaWanda Baskerville, Dr. Dady Priest, John Studios. One reason, y'all know that's my guy. King Coogie's up in here. I really don't want to miss anybody, even though my sis, Crazy Berrytown is not here. And I always, that's my girl. 12 o'clock today, Kim Possible 7-Eleven will still be hosting Good Grief. Appreciate you so much, and so much mad love coming to you. Woman Unsilenced is in here. I want every streamer that's in here, please share. DJ, come on. I appreciate all of you, and I want you to know that I appreciate you. We're about supporting one another up in the Lion's Den. It's never, ever, ever where we see each other as negative competition. That's not the way we roll. What did the Three Musketeers say? All for one and one for all. That's the Lion's Den. Oh, I feel for my brother. Well, I feel for my brother. And I feel for my sister. Come on and let's go over to the Rebels house. We're going to have some fun over there and have ourselves a good time. Now, listen, I appreciate everybody, streamers and non-streamers, just those that came in to view and be a part. I appreciate you for being a part of the Lion's Den this morning. Now you can see me a little bit of everywhere. I'm everywhere. Please follow me. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, Anchor, and more. I'm out there, y'all. And you know, this is the mantra that we operate and live and abide in. We don't have a spirit of fear. Even though they talking about we want a dictatorship, it's not gonna happen. It's not, read my lips, it's not going to happen. They want a dictatorship. We're gonna show what it looks like. Listen, anything that we do and everything that we do, we don't have a spirit of fear. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We've got power. We've got love. We've got a sound mind. And this is our mantra that we kick off all the time. As long as I'm operating in love, I am all powerful in love. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see power. Now listen, we talk a lot, we laugh a lot, we hee and kiki a lot, but at the end of the day, it's all about change. There's a change that we want to see and a change that has got to happen on this planet. And we understand we are the change. Now I want you to be the change, and let's do this thing. You're not doing it alone. This pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar because we understand it's us, you, me, we all, because we're all in this thing together. Now appreciate you once more, and again, it's not the den of iniquity. This is the den of activity, and the Lion support is always strong up in here. I appreciate you, Kai Chick, for those roaring biddies. SK8843, BTD Mom for those roaring biddies. MCP812, Ronzi in it for fashion. Thank you for that hype train. I appreciate you. You never have to do it, but I'm so glad that you did. I have that blessed trinity, Michelle Brownell, the Rebel Ink, and Shelly Thunder. That's my blessed trinity. Couldn't make it without you. Matthew B 465, welcome to the Lion's Den, and thank you for that follow. To those resubs and those re-ups, Armani G Ma and Joanna G98, thank you. And Kai Chick, I appreciate you, girl, as you always do. I appreciate you for those gifted subs. Mad love to everybody that's in the Lion's Den. Now you know how Shelly Thunder, you know what my moderators say. Have an amazing day on purpose. And you know what I like to close out with. Do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey.